Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing okay. All right, so this is our weekly checklist announcement. Every week I'm going to post one of these announcements and I'll record a quick video to kind of walk you through what you need to be doing each week. All right, if you will check Blackboard regularly, these are usually going to go up sometime, I think like Saturday, the week before all these assignments are due. So if you'll check Blackboard pretty regularly, you should not be caught off guard. You shouldn't realize, oh, I didn't know I had an assignment due or a test was coming up or anything like that. So let's go through what we've got this week. Week 1 is mostly going to be just kind of like an introduction week. We're not going to start lectures or lab activities or anything like that. But there's some really important stuff we're going to do, so don't sleep on this. Don't put it off till later. First thing you need to do, there is a pre-test, and you can find that over in the exams tab to the left. This is something we do in every class, like even in our traditional classes, when we have like in-person classes. It's just a quiz we give you on the first day to see what you know about biology before the semester starts. So, number one, you haven't taken the class yet, or at least not this semester. You're not supposed to know any of this yet, so don't let this stress you out at all. I'm not even going to grade it. I'm not going to check your individual score. All I'm going to do is look at the class average for each of these questions. Honestly, this is for some paperwork stuff that we have to do at the end of the semester. We see what you know about biology before the semester. We're going to ask you some of these questions later on, and hopefully you'll do better after we've covered it. That's all that is. But you do need to do this as soon as possible, so like as soon as you're done watching this video. It's 60 questions. I know that's not really short, but go ahead and just get it out of the way. Good thing about this test, you don't get to hear this much in college, so feel free to take advantage of it. Read through the questions. If you know it or if you've got a pretty good idea, you can click what your answer is. If you read a question and you don't have a clue, you're like, I've never seen these words before in my life, you can skip it. That's perfectly okay. All right. Remember, we're trying to see what you know about biology. So if you don't know and you just click C every time, you might get it right, even though you didn't know it. On the real test, yes, guess, pick C, pick whatever. But on this one, you can skip it. That's fine. So again, exams tab to the left. Go ahead and do that as soon as possible. It's due this Sunday, so the 23rd. All right. All right, a few other things we can go ahead and do just to get ready for when we do start meeting in person. There is a COVID waiver form. If you'll look up in the upper left, I think it's above where it says homepage. Right under where it says homepage. All right, so that COVID waiver form, this is something all of our classes that are meeting on campus at any point in time, students have to sign a waiver form just saying that you won't hold the college responsible. Again, legal stuff, I'm not a fan, whatever. But you have to sign that. So if you will print that off and sign it, and then the first time that we meet is going to be in week 3, and I'll give you more information in just a second about that. But you're going to bring that with you on the first day that we meet, and you'll just hand it in, and I'll have to keep it on file and send it to our main office. You're going to need that for all your classes too. So a good idea would be to fill out that form and sign it, and then take a picture with your phone. Just in case something happens and we have to ask, like, have you filled the form out yet? You can show proof that you've filled it out. All right. You'll bring that with you on your first day of class and turn it in. The other one, all right, so here's the big one. Since this is a hybrid class, we are not going to meet for lectures. We are not going to even meet for tests or things like that. The only time we're going to meet is to do lab activities. And there's 24 students in this class, but we need to stay as spaced out as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the class in half, where half of you, 12, are going to come on Mondays to do lab, and the other half are going to come on Wednesdays to do lab. The way that we're going to figure out who fits where, because I was just going to split it alphabetically, but I know some of you might have signed up with a friend and you're going to come to campus on the same day, and if y'all have different last names that are in different groups, I didn't want to mess you up that way. So what I've done is to the bottom left, there is a tab that says class discussion. All right, so go to that class discussion, and I've got a discussion board posted that's going to say select your lab group. So it's just a discussion board. I've got 2 different threads. Group A is the first thread, and those are students who want to come to the lab on Monday. If you want to be in that group, click on that thread and then just click reply. I would like to be in group A, or I want to come on Mondays, whatever. Just type something to let me know that you want to come on Monday. All right. Group B is going to come to lab on Wednesdays. So even though this is hybrid, remember this was an 8 o'clock class. Either day you're going to be here at 8 o'clock. On Monday or on Wednesday. Just you have to pick On that discussion board, go to class discussions, and that's where you will sign up for which group you want to be in. All right. Do that by the 26th. Our first lab is going to be in the 3rd week. So if you're in that group A, if you want to come on Mondays, you're going to be here August 31st is the first Monday that you will have lab. If you want to be in group B on Wednesday, then September 2nd is that first Wednesday that we're going to have lab. But you need to pick by August 26th. Pick by August 26th. That'll give me enough time to make the groups. And if you have not picked by then, what I'm going to do is send you a message and let you know which group you need to be in, because we got to have a list at that point. I know this sounds weird, but we're just doing everything we can to hopefully be able to have class all semester without having to switch back to online. So having those small classes is one of the ways that we're going to do that. So just let me know. Other than that, you got a couple more assignments that you can go ahead and do. Now, the rest of these are all due August 30th, so I know that sounds like it's a ways off, but if you will go ahead and do these now, the reason I pushed the due date back is drop add goes through Tuesday. So there could be someone who adds like next Tuesday, they just joined the class. I didn't want them to have missed stuff already. So these due dates are the 30th, which is next Sunday, but you've got other stuff that's going to be assigned next week. If you'll go ahead and get these out of the way, you won't have to worry about it. So those are about me. That you can find that in the quizzes tab to the left, and way up at the very top you'll see an about me survey. This is just to get to learn a little bit about you. I've got like 100 students this semester, and I've tried to keep names straight. I try to learn faces and all that, but it can be kind of hard. So if I can learn just a little bit about you, it's going to be a survey with questions like, what is your major? Where are you from? Tell me an interesting fact about yourself. Just kind of stuff like that. And if you'll fill that out, that'll help me learn a little bit more about you. So when we meet in a couple weeks, I can kind of make a connection, hopefully. That is due the 30th, like I said, and this is worth 5 points. So just fill it out. If you complete it, you'll get the points. You can start off with a 5 out of 5 this semester. Another one is the syllabus survey. So if you go up to the top tab where it says syllabus, click on that. You've got a copy of the syllabus. I emailed that to everybody. I think it was like Sunday night before this semester started. But you've got a copy of the syllabus there too. So I would open it up, print it off. You can print it and have like that syllabus with you. But after you've read it and you feel like you know the information, there's a syllabus quiz underneath there. If you'll click on that quiz, it's going to be 5 really easy questions if you have the syllabus in front of you. Things like, what's the name and section of your class? What's the date of our first exam? Just things like that that you can find in the syllabus really easily. So that quiz is due the 30th. That's also worth 5 points. There should be 5 easy points. You can use that syllabus when you're taking the quiz. And then lastly is a diversity project. So a little bit lower, but there's a tab that says diversity project. When you click on that, the first item is going to be a few biographies that you need to read. And then after you've read those biographies, there is a 10-question quiz underneath that you're going to take. Same thing, you can have the biographies out. You can print them if you want. You can have them pulled up on your computer. You can use all of that when you're doing that assignment. Just make sure that you know the answers. Don't just kind of click. You should get 10 out of 10 because you can double check before you submit it. But you'll just go through and do that. If you've taken any science classes here before, you've probably done something similar because I think all of our science classes do that diversity project. So that is also due on the 30th. I know that sounds like a lot. Each of these assignments are really short, so you can knock all these out like today if you wanted to, and that would not be a big problem. All right. So I think that's got it for this week. If you have any questions, let me know. Starting next week, that is when we're going to start doing the lectures. I'm trying to re-record those because some of them were honestly pretty long, so I'm trying to make them a little shorter. So those will be up sometime probably later this week. And by next week, I'll have another checklist announcement with a whole new batch of stuff. So go ahead and get all this out of the way. You don't have to worry about it later. If you have any questions, if you need any help with anything, feel free to let me know, and I will talk to you soon.